my channel Avanti Morocha. Today I'm going to show you how to make bandanas for your pets and how to personalize them with your Cricut machine. I'm going to make Christmas bandanas, but you can make them for any occasion. For this project I'm going to use my Cricut Maker, but you could also use Cricut Explorer 2 or Cricut Joy. You will also need a Cricut EasyPress. Now let's begin. To make your own bandanas, I recommend buying 100% cotton. You can also purchase pet bandanas. These bandanas in particular are made of a mix of cotton and polyester. I will also use Cricut iron-on. If you want, you can download these patterns from my blog avantimorocha.com. If you don't want to use a pattern, cut a square. For the small bandana, cut a square of 10.25 inches, equivalent to 26 centimeters. For the medium bandana, cut a square of 11.75 inches, equivalent to 30 centimeters. Fold the square diagonally. Cut 2 inches, equivalent to 5 centimeters, out from the sides. This measurement may change based on the thickness of the color you are using. The first thing I'm going to do is stitch the openings. Then I'm going to sew this area. Don't forget to backstitch at the beginning and end. Now that I finished sewing the openings, I will sew the rest. Turn around the bandana. I'm going to use my EasyPress Mini to press the edges. Finally, I will use a top stitch around the edges and create a pocket on top from where I will pass the dog collar. Now that the bandanas are ready, I will cut the designs in iron-on. For these bandanas, I'm going to use these designs. I'm going to share the link to this project on my blog avantimorocha.com, or if you follow me on Design Space, you can find it on my shared projects. These designs include Cricut Access images and fonts. To use the same content in your project, you need a subscription to Cricut Access. This is a Cricut Access image. This is a design that I put together using part of this image, text, and another image. And I put together this design using 3 images from Cricut Access. Sometimes I don't find exactly the design that I'm looking for, but I know it's easy to modify many Cricut Access images. Now I'm going to show you how to do it. This image from Cricut Access is just perfect as it describes my little dog. I couldn't find one that I like for my bigger dog, so I create this design. First, I'm going to duplicate this image. As you can see in the layer panel, this image is only one layer. Now I'm going to insert a square. Cover the area of the image that I don't need. Select both layers and click on Slice. Delete the extra pieces. Now add text. I'm using a Cricut Access font. The name is Jacobi Extra Large. Now add more text. I'm using a Cricut Access font. The name is Jacobi Black. Now go to Images, type A in the search box. I'm going to insert this one. Modify the dimensions, duplicate and flip it. Select everything and click on Attach. Now this design is ready to be cut. I was looking for a design that said Santa's favorite, but I didn't find one. So I put together this one. Go to Images, Type Santas in the search box. Insert image. As you can see in the layer panel, this image has 3 layers. I'm only going to keep the Santa's layer, delete the rest. If you want, you could use text, but this font is not available, so I prefer to use an image. Go to Images, type Favorite in the search box. You could use any of these images, but I prefer to use this one because it has a thicker stroke. Insert image. As you can see in the layer panel, this image has only one layer. Now insert a square. I'm going to delete the pieces that I don't need. Modify the dimensions. Select both elements and click on Slice. Now I'm going to delete this. Insert another square. Going to cover this area. Select both layers and click on Slice. Now modify the dimensions. Finally, go to Images, type A in the search box, insert the image, duplicate, and flip it. Now select all these layers and click on Attach. Now this image is ready to be cut. Now I'm going to send to cut these designs. Click on Make It. Remember, when using iron on, you need to mirror the image. I'm going to activate the mirror button. Now click on Continue. Select the material, go to Browse All Materials. I'm going to type glitter. And I'm going to select glitter iron on. I have already loaded the fine point blade and now I'm going to load the mat. Place the iron on the mat, make sure the shiny side is facing down. Load the mat and start the job. I fast forwarded this part of the video. The process to cut these designs took 6 minutes 30 seconds. As you can see, I have already cut each design. Now I'm going to wet the iron on. As I have mentioned in other videos, I don't have a 20/20 vision, and for that reason I like to use the Cricut Bright Pad. It helps me to see the cutting lines. The only function of the Bright Pad is to give you more light. The designs are ready to be transferred. Preheat the EasyPress, temperature 330 degrees Fahrenheit, and set the time to 30 seconds. These are the settings for glitter iron on cotton. First, remove any wrinkle from the fabric. Fold the design in half to find the center, place it on the bandana. Cover it with a piece of parchment or Teflon paper. Press it for 30 seconds. Turn it around and press it for 15 seconds. Let it cool completely. Now that it's cool, I'm going to remove the backing. Now I'm going to repeat the same steps with the bandana I bought. The settings are the same for glitter iron-on over cotton poly blend. I have the bandanas. They look fantastic. If for some reason you can't make the bandanas or you want a specific design, you can order one from my Etsy shop. I also make this bandana for Jack, my foster dog. If you are an animal lover, don't forget how important it is to adopt, don't shop. At the moment, my husband and I are fostering Jack, that is a Shih Tzu about 4 years old. There are so many ways you can help your local rescue, adopt, foster, volunteer, or donate. I hope you like this project, and if you make it, don't forget to share a picture on my Facebook page or tag me on Instagram. I love to see it. If you are interested in a Cricut machine, I'm going to share the links where you can buy them in the info box below the video. If you are new to my channel and you like what you see, hit the subscription button, tap the notification bell so you get informed every time I release a new video. Don't forget to visit my blog, follow me on my social media, like this video, and share it with your loved ones. See you soon. Ciao, ciao.
I'm walking around feeling free, thinking about what's happened to me from July up till now. Don't know where, don't know how. Lately I've come to realize that I can see it in your eyes, so it's true. I'm so glad you feel it too.